Hey, if you're one of the fine folks here in Washington that thinks that marijuana is legal, the purpose of this video is to encourage you to pump the brakes on driving. Stay tuned and I will explain why. Okay, welcome back. So when they legalized marijuana a couple years ago, what they did is they codified some rules and standards and might as well have been pulled out of thin air because that's kind of what the science is behind it. And what I mean by that is this 5 nanograms per milliliter of whole blood. Well, with alcohol, the 0.08, you can kind of point to something, some, statistics or scientific studies. It'll say at a 0.08, there's going to be some signs of impairment. Not marijuana. The 5 nanograms per milliliter is purely a tug-of-war contest between special interest groups. You got a group here that wants it to be absolutely nothing, zero. They want it to be like the state of Utah. You got a group over here that's like, we want, everything. It should be the sky's the limit, no regulation. So, after a tremendous amount of debate and closed door hearings, here we are, 5 nanograms per milliliter. What does it mean? Nothing. Even the National Traffic Highway Safety Institute will say 5 nanograms per milliliter does not mean impairment. It doesn't suggest impairment. It's just, I'm paraphrasing, but it's just a number that they came upon. The problem with that is, if you are a person, and I'm not judging, but if you use marijuana in the evening, let's just say it helps with your insomnia, or you've got back pain, or you got some arthritis in your knee. You're not even somebody that uses it recreationally, but you're a user just almost medicinally. Nobody cares. They don't care if you have the medical card. I mean, if you are a person that uses every day, you're gonna be over 5 nanograms per milliliter. So you are always playing Russian roulette. Is that kid's skateboard gonna come out in the street? He's gonna chase after it. Or you take your eye off the road for 1 second and the kid chases his ball. I mean, that is horrendous. Not your fault. Little kid runs out in front of you. And then if you're over 5 nanograms per milliliter, vehicular assault, vehicular homicide, just because of the number. It doesn't mean you were driving poorly. So let's just say officer pulls you over, he smells marijuana. Get out of the car, I smell marijuana. They've got probable cause. The court's always going to find probable cause to let that search and seizure go forward. They kind of make up their mind the way it's going to go right out of the gate. They've smelled it. They're going to run you through the gamut. And then you're like, okay, well, cool. I did all the field sobriety tests, rock and roll. I'm awesome. And, you either agree to go do blood because that's, once this snowball starts going down the mountain, you're either going to agree to do blood, or if you don't agree, they're going to dial up the DPA, deputy prosecutor dials up the judge. The sheriff's going to be like, I got all this probable cause, and then the judge will sign the warrant. You get the blood back. It's over 5 nanograms per milliliter. So it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is impairment, it's wild, but it doesn't matter. I fill out these forms all the time. It'd be like, on or about such and such a date, in such and such county, state of Washington, you were over 5 nanograms per milliliter whole blood, and that's it. There is not, there's no element of, and I was impaired. I hear we're only licensed in Washington, but if you are somebody it's important to you, that's part of your lifestyle. I want to be able to have cannabis. I use it for X, Y, and Z reason. It's lifestyle or medicinal. You ought to think about what zip code you want, because it's not one in Washington. I hear Oregon, they have a per se standard like our 5 nanograms per milliliter, but they also have to show impairment, which makes a lot more sense. Like here, we're being held to this standard of, it's just like I said, it's a tug of war between special interest groups. So if it is important to you, and if you are a daily smoker or user, or you do the edibles or whatever, and for whatever reason, you are probably going to be over 5 nanograms per milliliter. Go to a lab, actually have them test you. You can wake up in the morning and be like Nancy Reagan sober. You're still going to be over that limit. No impairment, but you're over the limit, which means cop pulls you over for speeding 42 and a 35, smells it, boom, there you are. So if you want to face that and have to hire somebody like me, you may want to move out of state. I'm sorry to bust this reality bomb on people, but it is what it is, and we deal with this all the time, and I waste so much time and energy explaining to people it doesn't matter that you did perfectly on the field sobriety test. It doesn't matter because impairment is not one of the very few elements that the state has to prove. So anyway, I hope this was informative and relevant for you. If it was, please hit like and subscribe. If you got a question based on marijuana use or DUI or any criminal offense, go ahead and leave it in the comments. We'll do our best to answer there. If it's a question we get a lot, I'll just do a new video on it, okay, and answer it in an all new video. So again, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.